Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a look at a particularly huge chunk of COD content from the 4th season of Overlord, namely an entire intermission introducing the city-state alliance of Karsanas, a civilization of round about 5.6 million people, and with a particularly interesting national hero, a certain Dark Knight. But before we're going to take a closer look at them, let's take a closer look at my Patreons and thank them for supporting this channel. Furthermore, I say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. Also please check out my other channel, because this time we are going to take a look at the topic of manned battlesuits. And with all of that said, let's start with the location of them. The City-State Alliance is located to the east of the Empire, and sadly not part of the map of the Overlord world map included in the 9th volume. But with its border to the Empire, it also shares a common border with the Sorcerer Kingdom in a sense. And speaking of an apocalyptic threat, the City-State Alliance are merely the remnants of a once far greater nation that existed a few centuries ago. So it is very likely that this greater nation fell victim to the so-called evil deities who invaded the world 200 years prior to the arrival of Ainz Ooal Gown. And the war was so destructive as to shatter any common leadership structure in the now destroyed nation, thus leaving the city-states to fend for themselves. And each city-state now has a population of an average of 400,000 people, and even the biggest of the 14 city-states do not exceed 600,000 people. And without any unified leadership, the city-states entered a period of war. Each state wanted to gain dominance and influence over the others, while trying its best not to be dominated or influenced by others itself. And after a serious period of infighting, the states managed not to resolve their tensions, but to set them aside, thanks to an event known as the Great Debate. And part of the reason why, after decades, if not centuries of infighting, suddenly peace talks, and albeit a limited form of unity in an alliance were suddenly possible, might have to do with the appearance of a common enemy, someone known as the Equestrian King, who raided the lands and forced some of the weaker city-states to conscript basically anyone who could hold a weapon just to fend off the raiders. So for better or for worse, the city-state alliance of Karsanas is now stuck together, and in order to promote unity among them, these divided city-states will come together in order for a great sport event, a tournament that happens every 4 years and is quite important for the cities and the alliance. So all of this is basically a very ancient Greek-inspired state, and this tournament would not only be a great way to display the power of the Sorcerer Kingdom by sending their own athletes as a sign of goodwill, but it would also give Ainz Ooal Gown the opportunity to introduce matching uniforms, something that Ainz actually suggested back at the start of the 10th novel. And lastly, despite the city-state alliance not having a human majority of any kind, humans might be just another species in these city-states, simply because the 4 armaments had considered relocating to Karsanas, and because Silver Thread Bird had actually already changed their location to the city-states and now operates from there. And at the very end, let's dive into the national hero of the City-State Alliance, a Dark Knight, which is not entirely coincidental, at least in my opinion, the name of one of the 13 heroes who fought the evil deities over 200 years ago. So given the fact that the evil deities had shattered entire nations, and that the City-State Alliance quite literally is a shattered nation, it is very likely that the evil deities are the reason for why these states are so disunited today. But not only are the City-State Alliance threatened by an outside enemy, which is a good opportunity for Ainz Ooal Gown's Sorcerer Kingdom to insert itself into the conflict, but coincidentally Ainz Ooal Gown has a hero in black armor already, Momon. And while this hero could not have been sent to the Holy Kingdom because at least officially this would endanger the still fragile internal peace of the Sorcerer Kingdom, by now Ainz Ooal Gown's rule is so widely accepted not only by the humans but also by the many other species who all are now sharing a somewhat similar culture forged by the Sorcerer King, that Momon could indeed at least potentially be sent to the city-states as an envoy and participant in the tournament. So soon Ainz could have an opportunity to take over the city-state alliance by having Momon win the Hunger Games and maybe call upon undead legions to defeat the Equestrian King. It would be a brilliant use of the Soul Eaters, when they could shine against another horse-based enemy. And with that said, now it's your turn. What are your thoughts about the city-state alliance and what could happen to them? Let me know down in the comment section. And with that said, I say thank you very much for watching and special thanks to Arder Daddy Arder, Bad Guy Yee, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.